Yo, what's up everybody? It's Stefan here from Mod2Fame, and we are back with another video. In today's video, we talking about the different types of cars for different types of drivers, aka driver mod. Anyway, let's jump into it. Let's go. Hey, I'm so excited, man. Anytime I get the opportunity to kick it with y'all, man, and make videos for y'all, I jump at it anytime I get that. And I wanted to have a quick conversation because I noticed a lot of times in the comments, I've been posting a lot of videos of me racing other people, usually in a Hellcat or sometimes in a Porsche. And whenever I do that, I'll always get like comments about why the car I'm driving sucks and the car that they're driving is the best, or the car I was racing sucks and Hellcats are the best. Truthfully speaking, guys, there are different types of cars for different types of drivers. And here's some examples of why the Hellcat is perfect for me. Just something about the GT3 RS and the different color combinations that it's available in, with that big fat 21-inch wheel and tire out back. This one is chalk white, and this one is like optioned out perfectly. Chalk white, carbon everywhere. Look at all this. Look at all this carbon. Carbon everywhere because it has the white sack package. You know I'm a big speed guy. I love straight line speed. Man, the rapid fire shifts of the PDK transmission is just absolutely incredible. With a car that has the capability to do some back roads. This car is the polar opposite, right? It is everything that is in its DNA. It is designed to do one thing and one thing only, and that is take you around corners with the most possible G's as quickly as possible and to keep the momentum going. It's made to be able to brake later, exit faster, and carry that speed through the turn so that when it gets to the straight, you can pull it out. Now, I don't want to say that these cars are not fast, right? Because fast is relative. It all depends on what you're coming from. But to me, guys, these cars are not fast on the street, right? But take this car to any back road, anywhere. Take this car to any track, anywhere, and it's going to dominate the competition because it can carry all that momentum. And everything is not necessarily about how fast it is in a straight line. Some people just like the driver experience. For chrono, this particular car does 0 to 60 in fast. 3.1 seconds. And as far as Porsches go, the GT3 RS is the rawest experience you could possibly have in a car driving on the road. I mean, how ridiculous can you be that you're trying to save weight that much, you make your emblem a sticker? Like, Jesus Christ. And with the Weissach package, it goes even further with the seats, so much more carbon. So like I said, it's just a beautiful car. And this one is the chalk white, which I really like. I really like the chalk white color. The door cards don't have door handles. They have strings that you pull. So just all in all, man, these cars are just, they're very special for what they're intended for. So a lot of times, you know, I don't know if that color looks familiar to you guys. A lot of times what happens is people have the reason why they bought a car, right? And then they make every other car, they judge every other car. Ooh, gotta love the sound of the GT3. That was a 997 GT3 that just left. Okay, so back to what I was saying. A lot of times people buy cars for their specific reason. They buy a car because they love handling. And then they judge everyone else's car and everyone else's... Oh, by the way, you guys know this one, my Panamera Turbo. It was a Porsche event, so I drove the Porsche. But a lot of people buy... This is Glenn's car collection on YouTube. Check him out. A lot of people buy cars for their specific reason, right? They bought a car because they love the handling feel of cars. And then they judge everyone else's car based on what they bought their car for. That's not what I do. For me, I buy cars a lot of times. When I buy a car, I'm a speed freak, man. I love power. I love, you know, the car experience. That's why I buy cars, right? For me, that's what I look for first. The first thing I look for is, well, honestly and truly, the first thing I look for is how's it look? And then after how's it look, how fast is it? So here you have like the prime example of two amazing cars. Two cars that are the best at what they do. The thing is, one of these cars actually does both really, really well. Both of these cars are amazing handling vehicles, but how they deliver that handling is totally different, right? So let me break it down for you. A Porsche GT3 RS, its handling characteristics exudes driver confidence. When you drive this car, you feel like you can do anything in the world. There is no turn too much. There is no corner that's too deep. There's no corner that's too tight. Pause. But anyway, these cars exude driver confidence, right? So you feel like you can do whatever. This car has very similar handling capabilities. It can do 95% of what this car can do in the corners. However, this car does not exude the same level of confidence. So it requires the biggest cojones possible to push it the way this car can be pushed. I don't know if that makes sense. And you gotta ask yourself, right? Because this car right here, when it gets to the straights, will make this car look like it's going in reverse. Literally, this car will make this car look like it's going in reverse when you get to the streets, right? But let's talk about reality, and let's talk about everyday driving, or at least weekend driving on the streets. For me personally, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm not gonna tell you what type of driver you are. I'm gonna tell you the type of driver that I am. The type of driver that I am, the car that speaks to me the most is this one. And the reason why this car speaks to me the most is because I'm gonna go to a track 3 to 4 times a year, max. And that's a lot, right? In terms of like a road course track. The reason why is because the closest track to me is 2 hours away. I'm gonna spend a lot getting the car ready, you know, brakes, oil changes, you know, getting the car checked, dialed in. It's very expensive tracking a car. And I guess when you have this much money, it doesn't really matter, right? You know, the majority of the time you're gonna spend on the street. You're gonna spend the majority of your time on the street. And between these two cars, I'm telling you, this one will make you feel like the car is the most amazing thing ever on the street. This one will make you feel like you are the most important or most amazing driver in the world. Or it'll make you feel like you're the worst driver in the world, depending on your driving capabilities and your learning of this car. This car, you can get in and go fast, no matter who you are. You can get in and go fast in this car. This car, no. You will end up in a wall very quickly. So, this car, it's like, for me, personally, this car is the cheat code. This car is all about learning, growing, understanding. And if you're gonna own a car for 2 to 3 years, what do you want more? Do you want to feel like you have the best car on the road, period, in terms of its driving abilities? Or do you want to grow and learn with the car? That's what you really gotta ask yourself. Who are you? What type of driver are you? You know, are you super involved? Or are you super involved in the engineering in the car, in the car that you purchased? The one that you spent so much money on? Which one are you? That's really the question to ask. It really is. I'm going to tell you guys, me personally, I'm this guy. I am this guy. And the C7, the reason why I don't have a C7 Z06 and I have a Hellcat instead is because the C7s for me, I'm 6'3", 280 pounds. The C7s were too small for me. It was just too tight. The opening of this legway here was just too tight for me. I couldn't see myself, you know, not being comfortable in driving a Z06. So, you know, a few years ago, I ended up with a Hellcat because it was comfortable, it was fast, and for my style of driving, my Hellcat, I throw it around on back roads and everything, and it may not be as fast as any of these cars on the back roads, but I mean, realistically, I can definitely keep up, even with my Hellcat, right? But that's why I have a Hellcat instead of one of these, right? And as you guys know, I own a Porsche, so you would think that I would get other Porsches, but the reason why I have my Panamera, or the reason why I always wanted a Panamera, was because of the luxury feel, but the Porsche performance. And that's why I have a Panamera. But there you have it, guys. That is, for me, the question that you really got to ask yourself when you have two types of different vehicles. And the other thing is, I want to challenge you guys to think differently. When you are looking at someone else's car and a purchase that they made, don't judge them and say they bought the wrong car. The car that they bought was for them. They made the best choice for them. You made the best choice for you. I get so much hate a lot of times from people that own other cars about my Hellcat, right? The red eye or the regular one. It doesn't matter. What they don't realize is, a lot of times, first of all, they've never driven one, so they don't understand its appeal. It's not supposed to stop on a dime. It's not supposed to toss into a corner. It's supposed to put a smile on your face. It's supposed to put the biggest smile on your face every time you hear that exhaust, every time you step on the gas. Every time that ass step out on you, like every time you go through them gears, and the automatic, the red eye, every time it downshifts, and it makes that whoppa, and every time you hear that supercharger whine, that's what that car's for, right? But this car, on the other hand, this M3, is designed to do pretty much everything well. It's designed to go very quickly in a straight line. It ain't Hellcat fast, but it goes very quickly in a straight line. It's designed to be relatively comfortable, but designed around driver feel, driver commitment, and giving you a little bit of luxury feel along with it. So, again, I say, guys, you got to, when looking at these different cars, and you're being all judgmental about what car sucks and what cars don't suck, you got to be really honest with yourself and say, you know, what was that person's reasoning for getting that car over so many other cars, especially when they're in the same price ranges, relatively. Thanks to the 911 Meat. This is, he has pretty cool, really nice, a lot of cars left. I didn't film the whole time we were here, but the 911 Meat on Instagram. If you own a Porsche, and obviously you don't have to necessarily own a Porsche, but if you want to hang out with a bunch of Porsche guys, the 911 Meat on Insta. And that's that guy right there. talking. All right, we about to hear the ZR1 crank up. We heard the M4. Let's hear how this thing sounds. Remember, it's completely stock. Put it in sport or whatever mode opens the exhaust. And that's stock. That's stock, guys. That's how it sounds stock. I love how the ZR1 has like leather and carbon fiber everywhere. Leather, suede, carbon fiber is everywhere in this car. And then listen to the GT3 RS start up. Business, guys. Just all business. It's all driver focused. It's just about the business of going through corners, man. Made it here to the next spot. Took a nice little drive to this really cool cafe. They got like it's a car-based cafe, old school gas station theme, and it's called Sunday Motor Co. here in Jersey. You see that? But it's nice. It's a nice spot. Like if you want to come for a little breakfast and chill after a Sunday drive. That's why all the cars are out here. You see all the cars? So it's pretty cool. I like it. And they even got like a car inside, a Porsche inside. I'm telling you, man, Porsche, the Porsche community, it's just different. You know what I mean? It's very, very different. Porsche owners, Porsche enthusiasts. I'll try to explain in a little bit, but for right now, it's getting super hot. So I'm about to get the hell out of here and go home and get in a damn AC. Guys, man, thank you so much. You guys always rock out with me, especially to the end of the video. And if you made it here, visit Mod2Fame.com because you like everything Mod2Fame. Check it out, the merch or additional posts that we necessarily don't put on YouTube, and we integrate YouTube and Instagram there. So if you don't follow both, if you want to see both at once, Mod2Fame.com. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you. Again, it's your boy Stefan here from Mod2Fame. And here in this Porsche Panamera Turbo doing about 80 miles an hour, we out.